Today we will continue with the same assignment exercise that we have done in the last class. This is the Excel sheet that you can see. Last day we have seen that how the formula can be written in the Excel part. Firstly, the first part that we have done is that we did it. We did the total using the manual method. As you can see, when we click on any of this total, okay, it shows the formula. And if we click on this particular part, that is the manual method, that is, you can see literally the operation of involving all the cells. Okay. Now, the first and the foremost thing that you have to understand, the first term that comes is what is the cell address. Cell address is actually the combination of the column name and the row number. I repeat, cell address is a combination of the column name and the row number. So suppose right now I'm clicking on here, okay. Okay. So right now I'm clicking here. Now the moment I click here, this is the selective cell. So you see that on the left side, you will see the column name, that is A, and then on the right hand side, it's 10. So A10 is the name of this particular cell. So each and every cell is determined by the combination of the first the column name and then is the cell number. Okay. So whatever kind of the operation we need to perform, the first thing is that if we have to perform any kind of the mathematical operation, so basically what happened, either you can perform with the help of the formula or you can perform with the help of the manual method. Okay. In the manual method, what happened, if you have to perform sum, and what you are doing, you are writing the name of the cell address. Okay. Once you write the name of all the cell address and then you have the plus operator in the middle, this is how you can perform the addition. Okay. And the second step, that what you can do is that either you can write the sum function. Okay. And after that what you can do is that once you write the sum function, you can write the first cell and the last cell name. Okay. So if I click it here, if I see sum function, you have the name of the first cell and then you have the name of the last cell. Okay. What happened, as you can see, that all the cells which ranging in between C4 and J4 are all selected. Okay. So this is how you can perform. Okay. This is how you can perform the addition operation in a manual method as well as using the sum function. Okay. So I am going to delete this part. Okay. So today what we are going to do is that we are going to learn some of the mathematical function. Okay. That is, number one is the max. Okay. Max identify the highest number from the select cell. I repeat, max function is used to identify what the maximum value from the range of selective cells. Okay. So suppose if I have to find out that which student have got the highest number in English 1, there are 4 students, as you can see. So I want to find the highest number obtained by a student in English 1. So what I have to do? So I'm taking this particular cell where I want to display my result. So what I will write, equal to MAX means max, means maximum. Okay, and I will, what will I do? I will, just like the sum function, I will give all the range of the cells so that from there I can find out the highest value. So what is my first cell? 35. Okay, 35 is located at C4. So C4 becomes my first cell. Okay, is 2. Then I will give the cell address of the last cell, that is number 4 student, which is 65. So 65 is located at C7. So C7. Okay, that means you see that all the range of the cell has been selected. So whichever student have scored the highest mark, his or her marks will be showcased in this particular cell. So I close the bracket and I press enter. So from here 65 is the result which is obtained. So from 65, how will I understand that? From the range of all the 4 students who have scored certain marks in English 1, 65 is the highest mark. Okay, again I will perform the same operation in the next cell. So suppose if I have to find out the highest mark in the science group. Okay, so below the science group I will select a cell so that I can find out the highest number. Okay, so how will I find out? Okay, so let's do it. I will select a cell equal to, okay, always remember every formula starts with the equal sign. I repeat, every formula starts with the equal sign. So I press equal to, and then I have to find out the maximum number obtained, maximum number in the science obtained by a student. So max function. Okay, so what is the starting cell address? Where is 95 located? 95 is located at G4 and the last address is 68. So 68 is located at G7. So I will write G4, that is the first cell, is 2, then 68 is located at G7. So G7, sorry, G7. Okay, now you can see all the science marks are selected. Okay, now if I close the bracket, okay, and I press enter, see from here it is fine, it is obtained that 95, which is the number 1 student, 95 is the highest mark obtained in a science group. Okay, so as you can see, using the mathematical function of max, we can select number of cells altogether and we can find out a specific data from the middle. Okay, for that we need not have to see manually and find out the highest mark. Okay, and the easiest part of using the max function is that, suppose right now we are dealing with 4 students, but if I have to deal with 40 students or 400 students also, what I have to write? I have to write just the beginning cell address and the last cell address. Okay, so this is the advantage of using the max function. Now I have to, now the next equivalent to this, I have to find out that which student has received the most lowest mark in the particular subject. So let me check that I am taken second language subject. Okay, so in the second language subject, I would like to find out that which student have scored the least amount of marks in the second language. Okay, so what I will do, I will press equal sign, just like max I will write minimum. Okay, MIN, bracket open. Okay, and then I will write the cell address of the first mark, that is 75. 75 is in E4. So E4, first cell is selected, and where is my last mark? My last mark is selected at E7. So E7. Okay, so once I select E7, now you can see that all the second language marks are selected. Okay, now if I close the bracket and press enter, you see it is showing 45. That means 45 of student number 2 is the lowest mark obtained in a second language. Let's look at some other subject also. Okay, so let's go for geography. Okay, in geography we want to see that who has obtained the lowest mark. So again, if I write equal to MIN bracket open, what is the address of the first mark? That is 15 I4. So I4. Okay, see, I4 has been selected. Is to what is the last mark? That is 70. That is I7. Okay, braces close, press enter. Now you see what? 15 is the lowest mark in the total number of the marks in the geography. So as you can see, we have learned two functions. Number one is the sum. What is the sum function? Sum function can add up, can perform the total of all the values in between the range of cells. When you mean range of cells, means it can be so many range. You can add 2-3 numbers manually, okay, because there you need not have to maintain the cell address. Okay, but if it is asked to add 100 of numbers, then it is not possible to remember 100 of cell address. So that is the time when we use the sum function. Okay, now after the sum function, max function and min function, here comes the average function. Okay, so how to calculate the average today using the formula? I am just deleting it. Okay, how to perform average? Okay, first I will show you the manual method. Okay, in the manual method, what you can write, equal sign, as you can see on your right, I have made an average column. Okay, equal sign. Okay, I will take any one of them. Okay, either I will take the total column or manual column, both are same because both are having the same marks. So I will take any one of the column and I will write what? Process number one. Either I can write directly the number, that is 415, sorry, that is 415 divided by, this is the division sign. How many subjects we have? English 1, English 2, second language, math, science, history, geography, computer. So I have 8 subjects. So divided by 8 and I press enter. See, I will get an average marks. Okay. So what in this case, what I am doing, I am directly writing the total marks and I am dividing it with number of subjects. Try to understand very carefully. If it is not visible, I'll make it visible right now. As you can see, 51.875 is obtained by how? You are directly dividing the number. If you look at the formula, please have your eyes on the position of my cursor, where my cursor is. Okay, then you can easily understand. I'll just zoom it for you little bit more. Okay, here is my cursor in the formula bar. So I have done 415 divided by 8. Using this, I can directly divide the numbers and can find out the average. This is one of the methods. Another way of calculating the method is that, okay, before going to this, can anyone tell me what is the disadvantage of this process by directly dividing this particular number? Anyone would like to answer? What is the disadvantage? The disadvantage is that if I try to copy this entire thing, see, I am copying with the drag method, drop drag down method. Okay, all the average is 51.875. That means what? If my total is 372, then also my average is 51.875. If my total is 436, then also it is 51.875. Is that, can it be possible? If my total is different, then my all the average is same. Is that possible? It is not possible. That is why it is always said that whenever we are performing any calculation part, we never use direct values. We use what? We use cell address. So I am removing this. Okay, in fact I am removing this part also. So in this case, what we will do, we will not use the direct value, we will use the sale address. How? Equal to, okay, 415, we can take either of these, no problem. Either we can take this or we can take this. Okay. So in this case, 415, what is the sale address of 415? K4. So we will write K4. So see, K4 is selected. Okay. Now I will divide it with total number of subjects. How many subjects are there? 8 subjects. Okay. And I press enter. Now it is 51.875. Okay. Now if I copy this downwards, you will see the correct average will be calculated for rest of them. 46.5, 54.5, 68.25. Why? Because I am copying the formula, and while copying the formula, only the thing is that calculation is not changing, but sale address is changing. So if sale address change, I repeat, if the sale address change, then what happens? Your value of the sale also changes. Now right in this part, if you see K4 divided by 8, okay, that is why we are getting 51.875, and in K4 how much is the total? 415. Now if I click on this 46.5, see the sale address change, K5 divided by 8. Why K5? Because in K5 you have 372. So 372 divided by 8 gives you 46.75. Now if I click on 54.5, see your sale address changing, K6 divided by 8. So K6 divided by 8 is equal to 54.5, because the value of K6 is 436. What is the next? 68.125, because your sale address is K7 out here. So K7 divided by 8. What is there in K7? In K7 you have 545. So this is the advantage that you can see, that whenever while creating the formula, instead of using the constant value, if we use the sale address, the advantage of using the sale address is that it get automatically change without changing the formula, and for each and every calculation you get exactly the proper value. Okay, so this is the different ways of writing the formula into the sale address that you have to understand. Firstly, you can use mathematical options, and secondly you can write manual formula using the sale address. Okay, these are the two ways. Okay, now two ways of copying. The next assignment, please write the question, what are the different ways of copy and pasting the formula in the Microsoft Excel? Please write down the next question, everyone. What are the different ways of copying and pasting the different formula into the different cells? Okay, for this we will move on to the next exercise, practical exercise. I will be performing in the same screen. Okay, okay, now see, I am performing average using what? Using function. I will perform average calculation using function. Okay, now see how am I doing. Okay, equal a v. Now can you see the average? Okay, now what I will do, I will select the range of cells. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 subject I have selected. Okay. Now see, when I wrote average and in bracket I wrote C4, I did not write anything. What have I done? Okay, I'll just show you again. Okay, here I have written average and I have opened the bracket. What am I doing? Instead of writing the cell address, what I will do, I will just select the cell address. So my first cell is C4, so C4 appears. What I am doing, without lifting my finger from the left mouse button, I repeat, without lifting my finger from the left mouse button, I will drag towards the right hand side. You see on the average column, automatically your cell address is changing because you were selecting total number of cells. Okay, now my all of the cells are selected. Okay, I have 8 subject, so that is why from C4 to J4 all of my cells are selected. I will close my bracket. I will close my bracket and I will press enter. 51.875. So now you have learned of using the average function. Just like we used sum function, we have done max function, we have done mean function. Now we have done this average function. I will perform the same on the next step. How? Equal. Okay, equal sign, then I will write average, AVERAGE. Here is the average function. As you can see, double click. Okay, bracket is open. Now I have to select the cell of number 2 student to find out the average. How will I do? Select the first cell, C5 appears. Now without lifting the finger from the left mouse button, I repeat, without lifting the finger from the left mouse button, I will start dragging sidewise one after the other. If you see in the average column, there is a cell address changing every time I select the new cell. I am dragging. Now see, till computer, my all the subjects have been selected. That is why my last cell address is J5. Now I will close the bracket and press enter. 46.5. As you can see, 46.5. What is the difference between this column and this column? This was a manual process. I repeat, this was the manual process. Manually, we have calculated the average by writing the formula. But in this case, what happened? We are not writing the formula. We are writing the function of the formula, that is average function. That is why average is automatically getting calculated. Okay. So average is automatically getting calculated. Those who have still confusion, I will do it one last time for number 3 student. What I am doing, I have selected the cell on the average column and then I will place equal to and then I will write average, AVERAGE. Okay, I press the average. Now see what? Bracket open. Inside the bracket you have to write the cell address. So instead of writing, you can either manually write the cell address or else you can select the cell as per your choice. So how am I doing it? Please see here, 51, that is C6 automatically got selected. Now without lifting the finger from the left mouse button, I am dragging towards the right hand side slowly, one after the other. Okay, till the subject computer appears. So till computer I have selected all of my cell. Now you can see what? C6 is to J6. That means all of my subject got selected. Now I will close the bracket and I press enter. 54.5. Okay. Now I can manually write the formula in this part, but what I will do, I will not do it. I will just copy the formula using drag down option. What I will do, I will select the answer of the previous cell. Okay, when I will take the mouse cursor towards the right hand corner of the selected cell, your cursor symbol changes into thin plus sign. I will click on the left mouse button. I will click on the left mouse button, and without lifting the finger on the left mouse button, I will drag it down towards the new cell. I will drag it down towards the new cell, and after that, what I will do, I will just remove the finger from the button. Once I remove it, as you can see, 68.125 also appear. So this is the process of copy pasting. The last thing that you have seen, that you can drag the cell, previous cell, and drop it downwards. This is the process of drag down process, by which you can copy paste what? The formula from one cell to the other. Okay. So today what we have seen, we have done max function, we have done mean function, we have done average function, we will also do some other function, and then we will proceed towards cell address, the concept of cell address in the next class. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Oh, one more thing, your this particular class video will be available in the YouTube. So if you don't understand anything in the practical classes, please do subscribe my YouTube channel. You will get all the practical videos out there. You can sit and learn one after the other watching the videos. Thank you.